to today's match between the Seacoast United Mariners and your Kingston Stockade FC. The Seacoast United Mariners have played 3 matches this season, resulting in 2 losses and 1 tie. Stockade FC has played 5 matches this season, resulting in 1 win, 3 losses, and a tie. Kingston Stockade FC is honored to support Edson Elementary through tonight's 50-50 raffle. Edson Elementary is Kingston's largest public elementary school, located only a few minutes from Dietz Stadium. Educating over 450 students, its playground has not been updated in 30 years. The Edson PTO has led fundraisers over the past 4 years and are very close to reaching the $40,000 goal needed to purchase a new playground set. So far, they have raised $34,000. So please help Edson PTO reach their goal tonight. You can either make a straight donation or contribute to their 50-50 raffle today. Let's take a moment to thank our generous 2018 sponsors, including our title sponsor, TrailwaysNY.com, who also provides our away game transportation. Radio Woodstock, one of the Hudson Valley's premier locally owned and operated radio stations. And we're happy to announce a new sponsor this year, Lyft, the fastest growing rideshare company in the United States. We'd also like to give a special thanks to our sideline sponsors, including Best Western Plus of Kingston, New York. Best Western Plus is the closest hotel to Dietz Stadium in Kingston, and they'll be offering a 20% discount to Stockade fans. Bread Alone, a family-owned, values-driven bakery that's been baking using organic grain since 1983. Cabinet Designers, the kitchen and bathroom design firm. Ryan Roach and Ryan LLP, a full-service law firm with over 50 years of experience. Todd Salsa, who are passionate about supporting local communities. You can go to toddsalsa.com for more info. And Foursquare, creators of the Foursquare City Guide app and Swarm Check-In app. In just a few moments, our 2 teams are going to come out to the field, led by our referees. Each player will be escorted by a local youth soccer player from KASL Attack U12 and Beacon Bombers U11. They'll march to the drums of the Percussion Orchestra of Kingston, together with the Dutch Guard, our official supporters group. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Seacoast United Mariners and your Kingston Stockade FC! And remove your hats for the national anthem and meet our performer for the day. Alexandra Bailey is a 16-year-old student from Woodstock with over 60 local and national shows under her belt. She's a passionate vocalist in a wide range of genres, including classical, opera, rock, folk, funk, and soul. Please give a big Stockade FC welcome to Alexandra Bailey!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Cancel that offside.
Never mind. Stockade goal, number 41, Alex Dietz. Don't forget to check out the 50-50 raffle during halftime. Today's 50-50 raffle is for Edson Elementary, Kingston's largest public elementary school, located just a few minutes from here. They educate over 450 students, and its playground hasn't been updated in 30 years. The Edson PTO has led fundraisers over the past 4 years, and they're very close to reaching the $40,000 goal needed to purchase a new playground set. So far, they've got $34,000. Let's help Edson PTO reach their goal. So head on over to the Edson PTO tent and participate in tonight's 50-50 raffle. Our ball kids today are from KASL, and during halftime, youth teams from KASL Attack U12 and Beacon Bombers U11 will be facing off in several small-sided matches. Don't forget to check out the merch table where you can purchase your Stockade FC gear, including season passes that include all the remaining home games. The Stockade FC drummers today are the Percussion Orchestra of Kingston, otherwise known as POOK. POOK is part of the Center for Creative Education right here in Kingston. For more information, visit cceforme.org. It is CCE4me.org. Here comes the TrailwaysNY.com minibus, driven by Stockade FC team chairman Dennis Crowley. Wave to Dennis as he goes by in the Trailways NY minibus.
check, 1, 2. Check, check, check. Okay. So we got to do a little sound check here at halftime. And right now we've got our chairman, Dennis Crowley, driving the Trailways minibus around the track. The Beacon Bombers and the Kingston U12s warming us up. And we're going to go back to our halftime break. Thanks, folks.
Next up at the Trailways NY bus, we've got Tommy Egan of Egan Els. And now on the TrailwaysNY.com minibus, we've got Stockade FC's own Pastor Dylan.
Hello.
Welcome to Dietz Stadium and the start of the Stockade FC. Oh, wait a second. It's halftime.
I did that once. I went to a Tampa Bay Mutiny game, and the ticket line was so long because there was a concert. Afterwards, I got in thinking it was the first half, and it was actually the second half. Frankie Hajic looked at me and was like, "What? The game's over, dude. What are you doing?"
So we have been informed that we were not live on the air for the first half. So we were just doing it for each other.
You know, it was a nice conversation. Steve and I were very...
we were really
very
articulate.
Very civil, very scholarly.
Just insightful.
Yeah, you know.
We were incredible in the first half.
The raves are coming in from badannouncing.com. They love us on there.
Everybody on YouTube was like, you guys are just killing it this week.
They had the drums. There was a lot of percussion, and that is the atmosphere. You know, they do have just the crowd now on MLB.com. If you watch the game, you can actually opt out of the announcing, and it just says game, and you hear the sounds of the stadium. It's unbelievable.
Now what they need to do is they need to add the announcing feature so that anybody can announce.
That's like the old Budweiser play-by-play booth at Yankee Stadium.
That would
fantastic
be
promotion.
Awesome. Okay.
Second half.
So, folks.
That's Steve Patch, the voice of the Kingston Stockade, by the way.
And this is Spike Vergeau to my right. Fortunately for us, you can't see us, and for you. But Stockade with the kickoff this half going long. Pedro takes over and his usual left flank and looks to reverse again. Oof. Tejera just took one to his head.
I'm hearing clicking noises. So we do have a substitution.
We have one substitution.
Stockade substitution.
Mikey Lanzetta.
Lanzetta in for Jeter.
He's in for Jeter.
Jeter, too many splinters in the ball from him hitting the woodwork so much.
He was a little. He was a little listless.
Got a Kingston player down.
He's back up. A little bit of water. I love when they come in and they just like spray a little bit of like
magic, sponge. It used to be the sponge, right?
Febreze, I think. They spray on their ankles and then
Febreze,
and then they drink some water and they're better. So Seacoast gives it back to
gentleman's agreement.
Stockade. Yeah, even though Seacoast had control of the ball.
I'll probably review the first half goals real quick, Steve, for those of us that weren't heard.
Yeah, so for those of you who are tuning in who can now hear us, Matt Koziel scored the
penalty
first goal.
Penalty in the first opening minutes.
3 minutes, I think, into the game.
His fourth goal of the season.
And the second goal was Tejera, a poacher's goal. And that's where we are, 2-0 Stockade. And looking to pick up where we left off with Alfonso Pinheiro kind of leading the charge up top.
Alfonso.
A University of Albany senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And according to Spike, you probably missed it in the first half.
Yes, the sources tell me that
Spike,
front office sources say that he will soon be property of DC United of the Major League Soccer, where Roy Lassiter used to play.
And that's Pinheiro taking over right now. Reed Condi making the run.
And 2 Seacoast defenders on that, but it could have been trouble the way they're flying around in there.
Pinheiro and Tejera look a lot alike. It's sort of, that was inside the box, but he didn't.
A raking foul.
And now they're appealing to the linesman. We're wondering why Reed did not get that call, but it looks like he didn't. The referee comes over to talk to his linesman, and I guess it's going to be a Stockade corner in spite of the fact that Reed Condi just got clotheslined.
Okay, the audio has been confirmed from afar.
At least it's making it all the way across the river to Rhinebeck, New
A
York.
Chelsea fan in Rhinebeck just let me know that she can hear us loud and clear.
So it is not a corner, it is free kick. Does not clear the first man. Chipped in, far post!
Oh, man.
And put over.
I don't know if that was the wrong foot or what. How do you miss that?
That was Parada, I think, who put that over. Or is that Danilo? No, that's Danilo Markovic right there who put that over. So that explains it. The center back put the ball
I had a
over
chance there.
from, I think, the 6-inch line.
He should have taken a page from Tejera and used his calf to wedge it in there.
He could have just fallen on the ball into the net, and it would have gone in. Okay, so
I thought Jeter looked pretty good, though. He was just frustrated, I think, in that first half. But, you know, you got depth. You use it. That's been the theme for this team. And it's, for the most part, served them well.
I mean, I think there just must have been something. I mean, maybe he got a knock. Maybe, you know, the gaffer saw something that we didn't. Nice shot by Pinero, but just not quite enough mustard on that one to get past Franklin.
Christopher Franklin, wearing a
Christopher
rather
Franklin.
mundane keeper's outfit. They're supposed to be highly visible. He's wearing kind of a battleship gray top with, you know, he doesn't really stand out in the crowd as he's supposed to.
Keeper Steve doesn't either. Nice little
I'd say
1-2 right
that.
there from Parada and Tejera. But it gets turned over, and they're tracking now.
Steve's got his grape ape suit on today. That's the Rhinebeck purple with the highway gloves. I mean, you can't miss that. But this Franklin's going to get bulldozed.
His gloves, no, but he's got that royal purple jersey, and it's still.
He looks like a more fit grape ape, if you will.
I always wonder, you know, how you're going to work Grape Ape in. And you manage to do it every week.
Well, I think that's
really
the first time ever because I'm really
No,
was not that big a fan of the Grape Ape, actually. Getting some static in the cans here. I hope you can hear us here. The second half action, 2-0 Stockade. Not a must-win, but really a must-win.
I think Condi just put that ball out of the stadium. The kids are running up to look out the back of the stadium to see where it ended up. It might have ended up on Causeway Street.
Is that the street over there? Or is
no. That's the street that the home runs that go over
I see.
the Green Monster.
I didn't want to. No, I thought there was a New Wave club. I thought that was Lansdowne. There was a club called Venus de Milo over there. It was a New Wave club in the 80s.
Yeah.
And their commercial was Venus de Milo welcomes you with broken arms. I love that commercial. That's about as much as I like Boston.
Pinero. So that, I think that might have been Espindola rounds the corner, puts a great pass in front, but Pinero can't really put enough power on that ball to get it into the back of the net.
Very unselfish play by Pedro. He's passing a lot. He's getting deep into enemy territory.
Yeah, that's usually, you know, a shot, if not two shots from him, you know, when he gets that close. But he's just as slow to get back.
Well, it is a long return.
And
the sun is setting behind us here. Some dramatic shadows falling on
two quick
on the next
subs
turf.
coming on in the second half. My guess is that the gaffer is looking to get some more offense out there because they, you know, we're only at the 52-minute mark and they still trail 2-0.
The other guy's not coming off. He's refusing. Oh, there he goes. Quinn is done. You're right.
Quinn Hewitt is done. And
look how fast he is, Steve.
Number 9's coming on.
I think he could race you up Rhinecliff Road and get to, you know, River Road before you do.
Okay, so Seacoast throw. Go for the long throw. The nice flick on. But Stockade does get it cleared. Seacoast takes another long shot and another one.
Yeah,
and
they're
Stockade
blasting. The orange wall is resisting here.
I think that's referred to as the Stockade.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
actually,
Stockade wall.
That's what we've
There
built
you
here.
go.
We've metaphorically assembled the team name. Or putting someone in a stockade, that was awesome. And if they had a fundraiser, it would be Stockade AID. But that's, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to charge you for that PR service. I like the temporary bleachers over there that are just in case they're away support.
There is a...
There's a lot of track meets going on.
Speaking of Stockade, there is a 50-50 going on today. It's to support the Kingston Elementary School that is closest to Dietz Stadium. Apparently, they...
That's Edson?
They are, yep, Edson. They're raising $40,000 for a new playground.
Oh, that's right, yes.
They haven't had a new playground since the original one was installed in the 60s. So to date, they've raised 34 of the $40,000.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
And Dennis, Chairman Dennis, and the Stockade FC are contributing half of our 50, the 50 of the 50-50 raffle today to Edson Elementary School to try and help make up the last difference.
Oh, Reed went down pretty hard there. Good effort.
It's like his head.
I think I saw Pedro. He lost the ball in the sun on the far. He was taking in a high pass, and he looked up into that setting sun and just
so he
lost it.
He didn't strike his head. Is that why he was holding his eyes? Maybe.
Well, that was Pedro on the previous play, but this one here, it was just Reed with the big effort.
Okay, you're confusing me, Spike. But I'm
sorry.
I'm caught up.
Again, I'm time traveling. I've gone back this time. It's 2019. Again, the history here, Stockade all-time is 3 wins, no losses, 1 draw against Seacoast Mariners. Pedro
being held there, and he did get the call.
Pedro Espindola has 3 career goals against Seacoast.
Parada with a quick free kick, looking for Pedro on the left-hand side, but touched away by Seacoast, and Pedro will get the throw. Although Rossi running up, nice plays, nice 1-2 with Parada, but sorry, that was Mikey Lanzetta, and Seacoast takes over.
The Vespa is in the game. Mikey Lanzetta, Josh's good buddy, Josh Maley, who joined us last week, in the booth.
Parada seesawing a little bit right there with Condi, who's still shaking off that last blow to the head.
Steve, there was some feedback in the first half that said even crap announcers are better than nothing. So that we got that going for us. But I think they were referring to the first half when there was no commentary.
Right.
Which you all might have enjoyed. Except the drums were too loud.
Yeah, right. Well, I found out the explanation. The people who commented about the drums said, "Where are the announcers?"
Oh, I see. That's
thinking that, and Dan Stone, our wonderful producer, was thinking that we were sitting too close to the drummers.
See, yeah, we're in our usual positions here. Right?
You know, it's the mystery of the interwebs.
Seacoast controlling here, but not much luck so far. There's a lasso around Pedro, and that's
Pedro does his
cardable. Yeah,
his fainting spell again.
Well, it really was again the square dancing.
But he goes down in
it's a
slow
contra
motion,
dance now.
You know?
Where's the old guy with the fiddle and the jug band to go with that one? The dangerous spot, the 35-yard line, Steve. They're in the red zone.
Right.
Or are they? I don't even know what that is anymore. Tension building here on this free kick.
Puts it over to Condi on the right-hand side. Condi looking to turn his man, but unable to do so, and it's going to go out for a Stockade throw. Danilo
Condi, a political science major at Albany.
lobs it up to Condi. Condi looking for Pinero, and Pinero goes down, and he gets the call. Again, I'm not going to make any kind of categorical comment on the quality of his fall, but it was enough for
Dangerous,
free kick,
dangerous spot here.
Parada's going to take, I'm guessing, on his right, although Rossi is still lining up with his left. And they're talking to one another. I actually think Rossi looks like he's got a good, yeah, and he's going to, no, he runs over it. Parada puts it in. This is the first man to hit it.
Good save by Franklin.
Great stop.
Wow, that
he
was
was there, far post, wide open.
That was a "you sunk my battleship" type of play there. With the carrier was somewhere in there, but the Australian Stockade fan has joined us on YouTube. I'm told. I think that's just 2 weeks in a row we've had a down under. I have no idea. What time is it there, I wonder?
It's got to be
or
like,
what season is it?
It's winter, and it's got to be like 4 in the morning.
What they get to go to the World Cup,
must
right?
Be drinking Foster's oil cans.
They're at a rowdy pub saying, "Where's the audio from the first half?"
9:24 a.m.
9:24.
Thank you from YouTube.
Breakfast with the Stockade.
Yes.
Some of that
better
Vegemite,
than breakfast at Wimbledon.
Vegemite sandwich, all the cliches. He's hanging out with Nicole Kidman.
I take Spike Rousseau over Dick Enberg any morning of the year.
I was referring to Dennis's father as Dick Enberg last week after he did the duties up in Lowell.
A great job,
yeah,
I must say. I thought, honestly, that we had lost our unpaid jobs.
It was.
I thought we had lost our volunteer positions to the chairman's father.
Well, he's multi-tenant. He has many duties here at the home game, so including Dietz bouncer. So here we're at the 62nd minute.
Tahara again looking for a call and doesn't get it.
You know, Steve, last time Seacoast was here, you know what happened? Last July?
I don't. Your memory is better than
it was the Kloster hat trick.
Oh, right.
Yes, Marco Kloster.
The Marco Kloster hat trick. He scored 3 goals last season, and they were all in that game.
And we threw our hats 10 feet into the abyss here.
Nice ball in. Again, Stockade going to kind of their aerial game. Pedro takes over on the left-hand side in the sun. I thought he was going to get a shot away. He's tracking back on defense,
some elbows there. That's Tyler. Tyler Welch with the flock of seagulls hairdo.
Who won that battle.
Seacoast picking it up a little bit here, down 2-0. They have not scored in, if I was good at math, I'd say 270 minutes. But that's not nice to torture the other team with those type of factoids.
Sure it is. We're supposed to be homers.
Well, the fact that I also called them winless, but they are. But there's 5 teams winless in this division. That's why it's anybody's game. You need the points. But last week was, well, we won't mention last week.
Is that going to get a number here? We do have a Stockade player warming up. I'm guessing it's Mike Corby. It is Mike Corby warming up. The question is, who's he going to come in for?
The Hope from Hopewell.
Reed Condi, maybe? It looks like he might be. Hey, we broke it. We broke 1,000.
The third largest in attendance in Stockade history in the 3rd season here. 1,014 people checking out this.
That's a beautiful thing.
NPSL action here on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday night.
So just think, our fan from Australia.
He makes it 1,015.
He would have 1,014 American friends, although he, at this rate, he probably isn't that interested in having.
And he would drink
American
all of them
friends.
under the table. No. Super Steve.
I'm sure the Keegan Ales beer tent would welcome him with open arms. Or broken arms.
Venus de Milo.
Nice ball
There it
across
is.
for
That's,
Condi, but it gets picked off, and Seacoast looking to attack. Tiptoeing through the middle is
again, it's running into each other,
Elmore.
apparently.
Yeah, they do seem to.
And there goes the pass to nobody.
Yeah, they do seem to kind of have a tough time getting together, and it looks like Pedro is going to come off. He did get injured last week, so maybe.
That was a good effort, a good game from him, though. I would applaud him as well. The passes he was making, the runs, again, drawing players to him, occupying space in their end, and controlling the ball. Still going for the super nutmeg plays. Entertaining, as always. And the slow walk off for our number 10. He in addition to the Kloster hat trick, Pedro also scored in that game. That was a 4-2 win last July for the Stockade. So history is on our side here in more ways than one. But the Seacoast still chipping away here.
And Elmore just turned Condi.
That's Noah Elmore?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10 and 12 are your goal scorers.
Seacoast with the corner. Go far post. Headed away by Danilo. Taylor looking to put it back in, takes a shot and puts it over.
Yeah, we just check their roster. They had Jackson Fodder and Carlos Lopez. They scored against us last year in that 4-2 game.
Jackson Fodder came on as the sub. He's number 9.
So he's been to Dietz. He's found the back of the net here before, so keep an eye on him. Jackson Fodder, a Dickensian name.
Taylor looking to put it back across. He gets double teamed, but he tries to beat it and steps on the ball.
Tyler.
Tippecanoe
and Tyler, too, tripping up on our fluorescent green orb from Select.
They have speaking of names, they have another player named London Steed.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that good?
Yes.
London Steed.
Steve,
number 3.
The ball that's on the back bar of Banger's Gastropub in Rhinebeck is an old Select ball. I just noticed it was Select. It's the same brand as this, but it's an ancient one. I think it was Colby's or somebody's grandfather's soccer ball. It's up in the.
Well, Chris Colby is a Rhinebeck soccer legend.
Yeah. I had heard that, kind of. I read the headline. Here we go. Captain's armband.
Koziol looking for Canero in the middle.
Mateo's wearing the captain's armband today, as he was last week, I believe, in the absence of Jamal Liz Simmons, who's on the bench. Is available, I believe. He served a disputed red card last week.
And unfortunately, that game wasn't taped from 2 weeks ago, so they weren't able to
the game
really
in New Jersey with the disputes.
Nice ball, the
there
far corner.
Nice.
And he's offsides. Mikey Lanzetta thought he had his goal.
Well, he missed anyway.
And he continues to plead his case.
Did that go through the netting, or is that optical illusion? Yeah, he missed.
No. It went through the netting. He scored it, but it was offsides.
How did it go through the netting? Oh, the Jersey game apparently was taped. Okay. You're moving on from our served red cards. Now, Steve, you're saying that went through the net. That concerns me. The trip
Yeah, because the
do we need to go
offside-
to the sporting goods store here? How did they get through?
It just.
So
I
he
think
went
it just
behind the goal to pick it up.
It just went under. You know, those nets.
That's not supposed to happen.
Well,
I will find a million technical problems if you let me with the sandbags. Yeah, I
listen,
guess how could you miss from there? But that
We're
Lanzetta
already in
is-
enough trouble. With the league, all right, Spike, will
we
you
certainly
stop?
do.
Will you
Yes,
stop
yeah.
talking about it?
We're. It's an
We're
interesting
moving on.
season, but it's a throw in.
Another long throw from Seacoast. Lanzetta tries to head it away. Stockade continue their blocking streak, and Parada nips it up to Pinero. And
70th minute action. Here, the sun setting behind the Dietz Wonderwall. It's a beautiful sight, lighting up the trailways massive. You see above the action right there, the buses, the kit sponsor since day one here for the Stockade. And the mysterious sheds. I love those.
That's where they keep all the paint. Paint the 14 sets of lines that are on the field.
I heard you're getting the Kingston Tiger tattoo next week. The jailhouse tattoo that's in the middle of the field. Fabulous. Kingston icon. Yeah, that'll be the red goat.
I actually saw somebody recently who had a red goat tattoo.
Yeah, there's stickers everywhere. You notice the goat always appears in each copy on a different page of the fence post every week.
You're not supposed to give away your trade
It's an
secrets.
Easter egg. It's a little Easter egg in there for
I
you.
don't give away my cold brew recipe. You shouldn't give away your
my
secrets. It's
my
like-
Scotch tape and
It's like
paper
Alfred
dolls
Hitchcock
act.
pointing out what scene in the movie he's in.
That's right.
just
Yeah,
like, come on.
I'm a little less Hitchcockian than I used to be. But
Well, Tejero is onside that time. Pinero checked back.
works
Pinero
the corner.
beats
Nice.
got back to his right foot. Gets the cross.
Oh, man.
Wow. What a great flick from Pinero. Goes just wide of the far post.
Shoelace away from ripping into that somewhat unreliable netting.
That would have been goal of the year. And Juan Gotti is coming on the field right
See,
now.
that's what I'm
for
thinking. Like, the veterans are going to
Reed
come on
Conley.
late here to seal the deal. Reed with another solid. He had a lot of minutes last week. He's got wheels. I like him running up
Yep.
the wing.
Seacoast substitution, number 3 for number 12.
When you're having a Gotti in there.
And here comes your number 3, London Steed.
London Steed in the game wearing
the
number
game.
4.
No, 3.
Oh, 3. I see.
He's already come in the game.
Oh, London Steed is in with the blue
Yeah.
cleats. And 4 is in
And
now.
number 4 is Keenan Welzel.
Okay.
Welzel.
London with his first touch, and it's unspectacular. Very kind of Grimsby Town type of.
London looks about 14. I don't know what the age limit is for the NPSL.
There's the veteran with the throw in.
Yeah, I think having Juan Gotti and Danilo over here on this right-hand side. And right now they've got, they're just pushing waves of people up front. Parada lost it.
London's burning. Yeah, down he goes.
Nice poke tackle by Juan Gotti, but Seacoast.
And he's writhing, London, and he's not noticed. The ref gives him a look. Still
and he
riding.
looks back at him again.
He lives by the river.
And finally the ref
It's a
gives him the whistle.
gesture toward his knee. A little bit of stoppage time here. So far this match has been pretty clean, Steve. Both teams, not a whole lot of, Boston City type jousting and grabbing of the ball and running off. It's been very civilized.
God,
like an afternoon in Kennebunk.
The medical staff in no hurry to get out there.
Well, I think they're borrowing our medical staff. The Seacoast bus apparently, maybe it's not a bus. So there's a roster discrepancy apparently with Seacoast, which I can't believe.
Oh, you're right. It's just impossible.
Steve Patch is found from a commentator on YouTube, thank you, who apparently knows the Mariners roster, which would be a very
helpful thing to have.
Quite an achievement at this point, since it was guarded information.
Cody Elliott is number 3
yes.
in London. So Cody Elliott is the one who's writhing in pain.
All right,
now.
I thought so. London is sitting on the Seacoast bench. I'm telling you, it's like the Pentagon Papers trying to get any information on rosters or numbers from any of these institutional teams like Seacoast.
We crowdsource our announcing.
Well, yes, thank you for the YouTube input. And anybody else who...
It's in the handbook for bad announcers.
Right. Was that from the injured player, the comment from YouTube? We mentioned him in the first half, the ghost half.
So Carlos...
There's a player on YouTube named Carlos. He's a Seacoast player who has a broken jaw, and that's why he's not playing. To that we say, come on, wuss.
I love when you taunt injured players
Get
from
in
the
the
other
game,
team, Spike.
What, Willis Reed? Come on, give me some injured player stories. The guys who came back, Bobby Orr. These are different sports, of course, but who's the German player who played with his in the World Cup with his arm?
Carlos is an injured Stockade
now we're
player.
getting okay.
So now you're criticizing our own team.
The information comes in droves, ladies and gentlemen, and it's rarely reported accurately on this end. Apparently, the broken jaw is a Stockade player. He did score last year, so that would be. Okay, Cirabo scored. It's not him. Last year's goals against Seacoast, Dylan Williams, Anthony Barone, and Patrick Alvarez. There's 3 ghosts. Then Pedro with a brace, Cirabo at Portland last year. He scored, and then the hat trick and Pedro. I don't know who that could be. Carlos. I mean, he scored against Phantoms, probably.
Carlos Lopez.
Yes. Yes, he did. Yes. That's Carlos. So the aforementioned Carlos Lopez, who scored in the 74th minute here on July 1st last year, is on YouTube with us, and he has a broken jaw, which means we get to talk and he doesn't.
Nice long shot from
Carlos, let us know how you broke your jaw. I hope it was in the athletic field action and not some seedy pub in
Portland,
somewhere in New England that closes at 1 a.m.
$3 Deweys. That's.
And you need 10 IDs to get in wherever you go. There's Gotti with a touch. He's the man. He's in charge. He's like, give me that Hinckley United. Thank you. See, your buddies Iceland are playing Argentina in the first round, right?
Yeah.
So you ready for that?
That's a tough group.
That is. Feel bad for Bjork's team.
That is a tough group. I'm actually really impressed with Denmark. My boy Christian Eriksen scored a goal for Denmark against Mexico.
Here come the Orange.
They beat Mexico 2-0. Looking good.
Yeah, I guess France is all warmed up. They drew with the U.S. today. Carlos is reporting. Apparently, Carlos collided with a teammate, and his face was struck by.
That's going to be a card.
His teammate's knee.
That's going to be a card.
That's how he broke his jaw. So we wish you well, Carlos. Get well soon. Yeah. Thanks for commentating and helping us out with the roster that only you know. Yellow card up.
So Tahara just drew that. And no. So yellow card on Seacoast. We're going to have, it looks like both Parada and Juan Gotti are lining up to take this. I think Juan's going to take it on his left foot. Now we've been very close with this far post from here. Again, lifts it high, but headed away, and Seacoast will just ice the puck. DeFont back to the keep. And Steve mishandles that one, but Juan
Gotti draws it.
picks him up, and
There's another one off the American
quick
football.
apology from the Seacoast number 9, hoping to not get another card on that.
He's lawyering up with our unknown ref. We weren't able to chat with the refs before the game today like we usually do, or I usually do. Handing out fanzines in the parking lot.
Although we've seen, I feel like we've seen more cards today than we saw last week, and I felt like last week was a chippier game.
I noticed looking through the game reports on the league website, there's a ton of cards in this league. Every game has dozens, it seems like. I think at this level, it's just a much scrappier.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like there were any cards last week. I felt like, you know,
Just lots of missed opportunities, Steve.
Yeah. Nice ball through the middle.
There it is.
Moved on to Tejera. Pinero streaking for the far corner. He gets taken down, but doesn't look like gonna foul. Lots of. Oh, and he's calling for. He's calling for. It looks like he hurt his knee. He's pointing to his knee. And the referee's now finally blown the whistle, and looks like we're going to get another Owen Fingar, another U of Albany.
Yes, Owen, we saw him a couple weeks ago.
From Scotia, New York. Looks like he's going to come on for Tejera, who was taken down hard in the box. I saw a very animated gaffer appealing to the...
Yeah, it might have been the landing.
The fourth referee.
Yeah, his arms are up. Mr. Lindholm is not Mr. Happy right now. With fourth official's kind of fled the scene. No, there he is. He's checking in. Owen. Yeah, it might have been the landing on this turf. It's pretty hard, but I hate to see this be any kind of serious thing because this kid is, I think, on a roll. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he's played a great game. He's been in the middle of everything offensively. He's given a stream of crosses, and
that's Tejera who's down. Alex Tejera, he's a senior at Siena, hails from Ossining, New York. Again, like many of the Stockade players from the region here. Almost say homegrown.
Yeah, but he's made a great combination up there with the Brazilian. And it looks like
being helped off here.
Fingar will come on to replace him.
83rd minute. Welcoming Owen Fingar to the action here. His parents were here for the previous game.
So Danilo pops it up, and Seacoast takes over. Juan Gotti with a nice touch makes a run. Fingar with his first touch into the middle. Finds Corby to Parada back to Danilo, and we'll reset here. Parada dropping deep. Up to Fingar, heavy touch, controls it, loses it in the middle. Seacoast looking to counter, gets by.
Yeah, he overcommitted there. That's They got it back.
Yep.
The Stockade, they got some backbone in this game. It's good to see.
Popped it up to Fingar. Parada up to Pinero. Pinero over to Lanzetta. Loses it to Seacoast. Seacoast looking to turn back, but Stockade with a lot of people back. We're in the 83rd minute. We're going to have a little bit more injury time, I think, in the second half than we did in the first half. We've had quite a few players go down, and as you know, if you've watched previous broadcasts, injury time is always a mystery to us. We never know how much there's going to be, so sort of touch and go. Danilo with another block. Pinero really now, you know, being left up there pretty much alone as the lone striker to just try and hold up play and kill time.
Crowd in full voice now at Stockade, up 2-0. Getting in late in the game here. Seacoast, any port in a storm now for being blanked again. Last year they finished 5th in the division, 2 wins, 9 losses, and 1 draw. So they're not really building any momentum per se, but I think it's good to only have one Seacoast now. It just makes things easier.
Yeah, less to explain.
I mean, if they're breaking each other's jaws too, that's it's problematic.
I don't know why he called that handball, but it looked pretty inadvertent.
Franklin way out of the goal now. May take this.
Coming to take this.
Yep. Mr. Gray.
Christopher Franklin.
Mr. Gray in black.
It could be Franklin Christopher.
Where's the fluorescent gear? This guy blends. I'm telling you, he's going to get bulldozed. You're supposed to stand out. That's why the refs wear it.
Heads it away. Nice touch from Parada.
And Fingar with him.
Fingar turning it over. Seacoast taking over. Beats Gotti on the left, looking across, puts it back in. Good job by Koziol to
He settled that nicely.
turn it back up to Corby.
That's a good counter now.
Pinero making a run.
Owen
Corby
is wide open.
tracking to the right side. Owen Fingar open. Pinero is going to go far post. Touches it back up for Corby, but a little too light and
Kingston throw.
A little pushing and shoving there.
Corby athletically jumping over the attempt to bounce it off his leg there by Seacoast.
Yeah. And some afters there, so.
Looks like the throw should be much farther downfield. See, Gotti knows that.
Yeah. Into Parada. Parada's had a quiet game today.
Haven't called his name too much.
No.
He's dangerous, though, as we know.
From afar, but he goes wide. I think that's Rossi's total shot output for the game.
Yeah,
right there.
He's also quietly gone about his business.
Mm-hmm. I think Parada played a little deeper in this game, with Koziol playing a little more forward than they did in the last game. They kind of flip-flopped a little bit. Danilo up to Gotti. Gotti controlling, back to Danilo. And Danilo lofts it up for Fingar. Can't quite get there. Parada heads it up to Corby. Corby looking for Owen, who couldn't quite catch up to that. That was an interesting throw. Back to the keeper, who was outside of his box, so he had to play it with his foot. Nice 1-2 from Fingar and Pinero, but
88th minute. Stockade still controlling the ball as they have for much of this game. Gotti with the throw in, now working the corner.
Gotti looks near post, but
Sneaky Pete there. Catch Mr. Franklin sleeping.
And Seacoast turn it over again.
I wonder if he wore Franklin gloves and got all Franklin gear. Because that's his name, and that would work out well for. It's like being named Wilson.
He's probably never heard that before.
Spalding.
I don't think he's ever heard that
I guarantee he's heard that. I know.
I don't think so.
Come on. Franklin was always kind of the cheaper stuff anyway.
I know, but
The
now
hardware
they're
store would
the
sell it.
official batting glove of Major League Baseball.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
What, for who? The Padres? I mean, what? Nobody's going to wear.
Fingar keeps it in. Looking to put it back in the middle. Goes over Mikey
That's kind
Lanzetta,
of
which is not hard.
Blind header there. The guy had no idea where that ball.
Whiffed on that one, but he gets the call.
Steve.
He did get a little. It's like he caught a little elbow there.
Stockade in no hurry to restart here. After last week's 2-1 loss to New York Athletic Club, it's good to be up.
Yeah.
Some insurance. The whole
Lanzetta gets ridden off the ball.
It's a Seacoast throw. No, Seacoast free kick.
So we're at full time. It is now the mystery hour.
Somebody knew that. Huh?
Well, we just got notified that 4 minutes have been added in
What's
injury
that for?
time. But
Jordan magically got that
I'm
information.
gonna
Right? 4 minutes.
try to quickly add 4 minutes onto.
Alfonso offside on that particular play. That could
I'm
have
probably about 30 seconds late, but I just added 4 minutes onto my timer,
your
so
Swiss
we can
timing.
have some rough idea.
Steve's got that.
Keeper Steve.
Good
It's
drop kick.
it's kind of cool too to see our merch. The jerseys that we sell at the merch table also have the Lyft sponsorship on the back, which is
Yeah, I think that's the kit sponsors like to be included on the replicas as well.
pretty neat.
It's a strange placement, though, don't you think? It's right where your posterior is.
Yeah, I think that's done intentionally.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, is it? Then it should be on the front, shouldn't it? Then it should be on the front of the shirt. No, I'm sorry. It's uplifting. It's what is that? Cross your heart.
Well, at least it's not on the shorts like they do in like the
stoppage time at Dietz.
the Brazilian league. And
Steve and I getting chippy here. Steve Patch, the voice of the Kingston Stockade. I'm Spike Brusho. Stockade is controlling and looking to put this one in the books.
just killing time right now.
Nice turn
Like we
there.
are,
Look at
sort
this
of.
in the back line. It's nice to be not.
Pinero, though, still looking for the long ball. Nice flick onto Fingar. Let's see if he can keep it in. He does with his chest. Looking to beat his man.
Beats two guys.
Try and find Pinero in the middle. Lanzetta was streaking up the left-hand side, but couldn't get to it. And here's Seacoast with a little bit of a last gasp.
Gotti runs him off.
That guy's a speedster, but that was the aforementioned number 3. No, it wasn't.
Kingston throw, chipping it forward, but we get it back.
Headed
There's
away.
There's a
I
push.
think Pinero got fouled.
Push on
and he does get the
Alfonso.
call. And Fingar will take his time.
Yeah, they
I'm
whistled it.
guessing we have roughly a minute left.
This is one of those not in our house games, Steve, because the way the athletic club came in here last week and threw their weight around and walked out of here with the points, not this week.
No.
For the Mariners,
We got an early lead, defended it well.
the minnow
Up
has
and
been
over.
the minnow has been lost, as they say in Gilligan's Island. This is a shipwreck.
Another block from Parada this time. Markovic clears away. Parada gonna flick it on to Fingar. Fingar with a nice touch. He gets away. Is he going to get a shot on the far post? It goes wide. That was very close to being the last kick of the game.
And another one almost off the woodwork. Good run by Owen Fingar there.
Seacoast takes a
run and shoot.
Quick kick. Trying to get it up. Fizzles out, and Stockade takes over. And that's final time, folks.
There it is. Stockade with their second win of the year. Valuable 3 points.
2-0. Goals from Koziol from the penalty spot. And Tahara, so.
And the smoke flares are out at Dietz Stadium.
Dutch Guard celebrating the win.
Orange atmosphere, instant atmosphere here. And guess what? We're home next weekend too. See you next Saturday, as they say. Elm City coming in, the defending league champions.
Who are currently bottom of the table.
Well, they've only played one game for some reason, and it's a scheduling thing. I don't know. There's a lot of weddings, a lot of, but yeah, they're playing tonight, and they're playing a lot in the next week. I think by the time they get here, they'll have played 4, I believe. It's a lightning round for Elm City.
Well, good. Thanks, again, everybody, for
some great new players here. They keep finding them, the Stockade, and they're working, man.
Yeah, they looked really good. It's the first time we've seen this lineup, especially up front, and they showed well. They played a great game, and that about does it for us. I want to thank Fence Post editor and publisher Spike Rousseau for joining me today.
10th issue out today, Steve. 10 issues. What do you say? Diamond anniversary? Is that?
Yeah. Or paper anniversary.
Even Chairman Crowley congratulated me on 10 issues.
And
I thought that was nice.
And remember, the Dutch Guard WordPress site is going to be archiving them. They said most weekends, the day after the game, they said, was going to be their effort.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Or at least day after home games.
Yeah.
And
getting to know those guys, the Dutch Guard.
And don't forget to go to your stockadefc.com website for all of your merch needs, and proceeds, of course, go to all of the public programs that we support here. And thanks, everybody, for listening.
Yes, Steve Patch signing out. I'm Spike Rousseau. Thanks again, YouTube commenters. Carlos, get well. Australia, good on you in the World Cup. Take care. We'll see you next Saturday here, Dietz Stadium with Kingston against Elm City, their first visit to Kingston. Thank you. Have a good night.